I'm getting a lot of questions at the minute about containers and what can you put into containers for the summertime. And admittedly, I do a lot of videos on this page about really big, blousy, bold containers full of bright flowers, which a lot of you really like. But I do those for other people. I don't do those for me. And actually, for me, I like it way more simplistic, way more pared down. I kind of like one item per pot. And I'm collecting aeoniums, which I think is a fantastic pot plant because I find containers end up looking like this. They end up looking empty, they end up looking bare, and it is expensive to replace them all the time. Particularly now that bedding plants have got so expensive. Another thing I'm starting to collect is mangaves. So that's something that I'm working on. Another pot plant I would suggest is the Mexican fleabane, Erigeron. This thrives really well in sort of restricted space, so it doesn't need too much earth to grow. And Erigeron is really long flowering as well, so it has a really long season out of it. Small containers are fairly difficult to fill because obviously they have such a restrictive space. So I would always say go for big containers, go for really big things. This is really the only space as well I can display my most unusual or slightly more tender plants as well because they're quite close to my tunnels. So if a cold spell did come in or whatever, they're all easily moved if I had to. Plus I really love terracotta as well. This is a Plactranthus that I got from Mount Sturt in County Down about 2 years ago, and I'm really obsessed with this. And then I have my mousses here behind me. I also have Musa schimamensis. And I also have this. This is, it's actually a type of salvia. It's called silver sage, but to be honest, it never really flowers. It's really for these kind of unusual sort of cobweb-like foliage leaves that it produces. So yeah, I would say for container gardening, impact is good as well, particularly if you know your budget can only stretch to tiny pots, and if so, I would really look into things like succulents and different bits and pieces because you know short term they can do for a while in restricted space. You will have to upsize them eventually, but um, those other videos that you see me do where it's all filled with big flowers and stuff, don't get me wrong, I love all that, I love doing those and I get a real creative kick from doing them, but to me this is what I would rather have in my own space.